Hey everyone. Well, we finished the Arctic Circle Trail this fall, 2019. An amazing trip it was. We have some companion videos on our trip from Kangerlussuaq all the way to Sisimiut. And I will list the YouTube URL for that at the bottom in the comments section of this video. But I thought it would take just a few moments to show you some of the gear that we used, because we do travel rather light. So I'm going to walk through this very quickly, and I will also list at the bottom of the comments on the YouTube video the various companies that we used, and you can certainly access those if you so desire. So I'll start with a couple of things here. Always carry some spare clothes. We don't carry a lot of spare clothes, especially on some of these shorter through hikes, such as the Arctic Circle Trail. I do have my Arctic Circle Trail Greenland shirt from P&L Originals shirts on Amazon. One of the things that was a little different on the Arctic Circle Trail was we did carry some of the sealskin waterproof socks. And really just a few other items that mostly standard backpacking equipment for us. At the far end over there, we did use the Z-Pack tent. We used the Z-Pack triplex tent. And their ground cloth and the Toaks, Toaks tent pegs. And so they're fairly lightweight, they're titanium as well. We did store our food in the yellow bag here, which is an Ursack Minor. Probably didn't need to do that, but that's what we did. Even though there was plenty of water on the trail, we always carry a couple of extra 1 liter platypus containers, because it's always good to have those that weigh just about nothing. Our stove is a Soto, S-O-T-O stove. This is it here. It has a screw bottom, and that fits into one of the regular containers for the fuel. Just screws on top, and then there's a little tripod piece that fits on the top of this. Very lightweight. I carry it in the Snow Peak titanium cup, and I also have a titanium spoon as well. Very lightweight. For sleeping attire, I usually have some kind of silk underwear, long underwear, and a long top as well. I use a Hyperlite Mountain Gear sleeping pillow. It's a stuff sack, basically, with a nice soft side on one of the sides, and then I stuff my clothes into the zippered opening. Different shoes. My favorite probably right now are the La Sportiva shoes, which this one is called the Kyra, and a couple of fancy Dirty Girl gaiters. Got to have those. I also have a Tilly hat. I like the wide brim hats because they do give you some shade, and if it does rain, which it did, we have a little bit of protection from the rain as well. we always carry a set of water filters. Basically, we use a modified Sawyer squeeze filter, and I've manufactured a little top here to go on the dirty end so we don't get a little contamination. But literally, we just attach these, screw this to the top of the Platypus water containers I showed you earlier, and then let it filter. It's very quick and safe, so we don't have to worry about any kind of contaminants. I didn't have to worry too much about that on the Arctic Circle Trail, but nevertheless, good to have. The other end of that dirty water Sawyer filter screws into a Platypus. This is a 3-liter Platypus. We mark it very clearly so that we can see that it's dirty water. Just screw into the top, and then that becomes our bag of dirty water that filters into our clean water Platypus. Also carry just a cut-off bag here, which is normally a little water bag to carry for clean water. Cut it off so that we can scoop into the water a little more easily and pour that then directly into our dirty water bag. And then that is pretty straightforward and also a very lightweight system as well. For outer gear, carry the Mont Bell. It's a down jacket. A raincoat, the OR rain jackets, very useful, lightweight. Also carry some Z-Pack pants, rain pants in case we need them. For headgear, I use the BlackRock Gear down beanie, very comfortable. And for the Arctic Circle Trail, I did carry a couple of the very lightweight down BlackRock Gear mittens. And to keep those from getting wet, also carried Laurel Design over mittens, just very lightweight, just waterproof. Just wear those two together, and you got a nice system that will keep you dry and warm. And I did use these on the trail as well. Standard toilet paper, I carry an extra bag in there for used toilet paper, as well as some hand sanitizer, etc. On this end over here, the sleeping items, I use the Exped Synmat Hyperlight. It tapers, it's fairly lightweight, I like that. I just hold it together with a couple of hair bands. They come in handy for just about everything. For this trip, I did use the Z-Packs 20 degree Fahrenheit classic sleeping bag, and that bag then I just stuffed that into about a 9 by 16 inch sleeping bag. For trekking poles, we've used these for quite a while, really do like them. They're the Cascade Mountain Tech, and they can expand very easily, and we've really had almost no problems whatsoever with those on many of our hikes through hikes and the like. For the backpack, basically what I use is the Hyperlight Mountain Gear. This is an older one, it's lasted quite a while. This is the Hyperlight Mountain Gear 3400 Southwest backpack. I have modified it a little bit because what I've done, and I believe the new ones come with the shoulder pad little pouches. I have modified this to, because it's an older bag, and put 2 of these on, as well as 2 waistband pouches, which are very, very useful. For water, I basically just use a ½ liter of the Smart Water, slip that into the pouch, and put a little hairband around that, and that holds it on there very nicely while I'm hiking. The backpack, in the backpack I use a small liner, which basically, those things that I really want to keep dry, my pad, sleeping bag, which is already in a waterproof Dyneema bag. I use a slightly larger one to put all of those in. That pack liner is about 16 by 19 inches, and then that just fits in the bottom of the pack nicely. The Hyperlite pack is waterproof, but mine is getting a bit older, and when we're in a potential for a lot of rain, etc., on a through hike, it's good to make sure that we have that secure feeling that everything is going to be dry. I also always carry a little ½ inch, maybe 30 to 40 feet of webbing in case we need a little handhold or something to get over some kind of various obstacle, cliff, etc. This is my little ditty bag. It's a little Hyperlite Mountain Gear Dyneema bag. I carry extra supplies in there. I carry some extra washers. I carry some duct tape. I carry some super glue, extra glasses, a roll of tape for legs if something gets injured, etc. I mentioned that the side pouches are very, very useful. On one of the side pouches I carry my lunch. In the other side pouch I just carry some other essentials that I would want to have handy. This is a Petzl Bindi headlamp. And I'll put that in the side pocket. I carry a knife, which is just a modified lightweight knife. I carry that in the side pocket. I also carry a little camera right around my chest area, so I always have it handy if I want to take pictures, etc. If it does start to rain, I have a little Hyperlite Mountain Gear bag that I also carry in that side pouch. And then I can grab that, put the camera in it really quickly, and so I can keep that dry as well. I also carry a tiny little compass in addition to our iPhone. And this is a sun compass. Pretty tiny little thing, weighs almost nothing, but could be very useful if for some reason the charger or our iPhone gets dropped or something happens to it. Sunscreen, always carry that. All of this, again, still going into that side pouch. And I always carry about 30 feet or so of parachute cord as well. So all of that goes into one side pocket, handy for me, as well as my toothbrush and some baking soda that I use for the toothpaste. The other one, again, as I mentioned, the lunch for that day, lunch food goes in there. I do have a few other things that I occasionally carry if it's going to be fairly cold and I want to get a little more warmth from the sleeping bag. I'll bring a bag liner, a silk bag liner by Rab, R-A-B. And if it's really going to be cold, I can actually bring a couple of lightweight down booties just to ensure that we stay warm as well. Again, very lightweight. Pretty much that's what we used on the Arctic Circle Trail, which was absolutely gorgeous, and looking forward to backpacking in Greenland again at some point very soon. Hopefully this will help those of you who are looking at ways to lighten your pack and then through hike, backpack a little bit lighter.